Have you noticed that your favorite armchair feels a little lower to the ground these days? Or that a simple trip to the grocery store, carrying just a couple of bags, leaves your arms and legs feeling surprisingly tired, almost shaky? Maybe it's the stairs, each one feeling like a small mountain to conquer. You might brush it off as just another part of getting older, a natural decline you simply have to accept. But what if I told you it's not that simple? What if the very foods you believe are helping you stay healthy are secretly working against you, acting like a thief in the night, stealing your strength, your mobility, and your independence? By the time we reach our 70 seconds, many of us can lose up to 40% of our muscle mass. 40%. That's a staggering number. But the most shocking part isn't the number itself. It's that much of this loss isn't inevitable. It's accelerated by common, everyday habits, especially the way we combine our foods. It's a condition doctors call sarcopenia, which is the scientific term for age-related muscle wasting. It's the reason why balance becomes trickier, falls become more common, and our energy seems to evaporate by lunchtime. We're told to eat healthy, to choose the low-fat options, the whole grains, the fruit juices. But the truth is, many of these so-called healthy choices, when paired together, create a perfect storm inside our bodies, a storm of inflammation, blood sugar spikes, and hormonal chaos that literally eats away at our precious muscle tissue. It's a hidden culprit that most of us, and even many doctors, completely overlook. But today, that changes. In this video, we are going to pull back the curtain and expose 3 of the most common food combinations that are speeding up muscle wasting in seniors. And more importantly, we're going to show you the simple, delicious swaps you can make to protect your strength, reclaim your energy, and build a stronger foundation for the years to come. Because growing older doesn't mean giving up. It means using smarter strategies to live well. Before we dive into the first combination, if you're committed to staying strong, active, and independent for as long as possible, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and click that little bell for notifications. We share the kind of practical, science-backed advice for senior health that you often won't hear anywhere else. And I'm always so curious to see where our community island. Are you watching from here in the United States? Maybe from Canada, the UK, Australia, or somewhere else entirely? Drop a comment below and let me know where you're tuning in from. It's wonderful to know how far this message of health and empowerment is reaching. All right, let's get to our first combination. And this one is a classic, an absolute staple of the American breakfast table for generations. It's the one many of us were raised on, believing it was the very picture of a healthy start to the day. I'm talking about a bowl of cereal with skim milk, accompanied by a tall glass of orange juice. It sounds harmless, right? It's what the commercials told us champions eat. But for a body over 60, this combination is a metabolic disaster waiting to happen, a triple threat that sets you up for muscle loss before your day has even truly begun. Let's break it down piece by piece so you can see the full picture. First, let's talk about that cereal. We're not even talking about the sugary, frosted kids' cereals. I'm talking about the ones marketed to health-conscious adults, the bran flakes, the puffed wheat, the heart-healthy oat rings. The problem is that the vast majority of these cereals, even the ones that boast about fiber and whole grains, are highly processed. The grain is pulverized into a fine flour, cooked at extreme temperatures, and then reshaped. This process, called extrusion, destroys many of the natural nutrients and, more importantly, it makes the carbohydrates incredibly easy for your body to digest. They hit your bloodstream almost as fast as pure sugar. This causes a rapid, massive spike in your blood sugar. Your body, in its wisdom, sees this flood of sugar as an emergency and releases a surge of the hormone insulin to deal with it. Insulin's job is to shuttle that sugar out of your blood and into your cells for energy. But when you get these huge spikes day after day, your cells start to become resistant to insulin's message. It's like they're tired of the constant shouting. This is called insulin resistance, and it is a direct enemy of your muscles. Healthy muscles need to be sensitive to insulin to properly absorb glucose, and amino acids, the building blocks of protein for repair and growth. When your muscles become insulin resistant, they are essentially starved of the fuel and materials they need to maintain themselves. It's like trying to build a brick wall while a thief is stealing your bricks and mortar. Over time, this process not only prevents you from building new muscle, it actively encourages the breakdown of the muscle you already have. Now, let's add the second player to this scene, the skim milk. For decades, we were told that fat is the enemy, so we dutifully switched to skim or 1% milk, thinking we were doing our hearts a favor. But we threw the baby out with the bathwater. The fat in milk does something incredibly important. It slows down digestion. When you have some fat with your meal, it slows the rate at which sugars and carbohydrates are released into your bloodstream. By removing the fat, we make that blood sugar spike from the cereal even faster and more dramatic. Furthermore, fat is essential for absorbing the fat-soluble vitamins in milk, like vitamin D. And what is one of vitamin D's most critical roles in the body? You guessed it, maintaining muscle function and strength. Studies have consistently shown that seniors with low vitamin D levels have significantly more muscle weakness and a higher risk of falls. So by choosing skim milk, you're not only speeding up the sugar rush, you're also robbing yourself of a key nutrient your muscles desperately need. And finally, we pour that beautiful, tall glass of orange juice. It looks so vibrant and healthy, full of vitamin C, but from your body's perspective, it's not much different from a glass of soda. When you juice an orange, you remove all of the fiber. The fiber in whole fruit is nature's defense mechanism. It forms a gel-like substance in your gut that slows down the absorption of its natural sugar, fructose. Without that fiber, the sugar in the juice hits your liver all at once. It's another massive sugar bomb, compounding the effect of the cereal. This puts tremendous stress on your liver and pancreas and sends your insulin levels into overdrive yet again. So, what you thought was a healthy 3-part breakfast is actually a coordinated attack on your metabolic health. It's a rush of processed carbs from the cereal, made worse by the lack of fat in the milk, and then amplified by the pure liquid sugar from the juice. Think about how you feel after a breakfast like this. Do you get a quick burst of energy followed by a slump mid-morning? Do you feel hungry again by 10 o'clock? Maybe even a little shaky or irritable. That is the feeling of the blood sugar roller coaster. Your body is screaming for more quick energy because it just crashed from the initial high. This cycle of spike and crash creates a state of chronic low-grade inflammation throughout your body. And inflammation is like a slow burning fire that degrades muscle tissue over time. It tells your body it's under stress, causing the release of the stress hormone cortisol. Cortisol is a catabolic hormone, which means its job is to break things down for emergency fuel. And one of its favorite targets is your muscle protein. So this seemingly innocent breakfast is creating the perfect hormonal environment to literally dissolve your muscles. It might feel discouraging to hear that a lifelong habit could be so harmful, but remember, knowledge is power. The good news is that the solution is simple and delicious. What can you eat instead? Let's focus on a breakfast built around protein, healthy fats, and fiber. This is the trifecta for muscle health. Try swapping that cereal bowl for 3 scrambled eggs cooked in a little butter or olive oil with a handful of spinach thrown in. The eggs provide high quality, complete protein, the building blocks for your muscles. The fat from the yolks in the butter will keep you full and satisfied for hours, preventing any blood sugar spikes. The spinach adds fiber and valuable micronutrients. If you're not a fan of eggs, how about a bowl of full-fat plain Greek yogurt? It's packed with protein. Top it with a handful of antioxidant-rich berries and some walnuts or almonds for healthy fats and fiber. This kind of breakfast stabilizes your blood sugar, turns off the inflammatory signals, and gives your body the raw materials it needs to repair and maintain your muscles right from the start of the day. It's a simple change, but it can make a world of difference in your energy, your strength, and your long-term independence. Now, let's move on to our second food combination that speeds up muscle wasting. This one is often seen as the ultimate health food. especially for people on the go. It's the large fruit smoothie, often made with banana, mango, or pineapple, and blended with low-fat yogurt. We see them everywhere, from juice bars to our own kitchens. We blend them up thinking we're drinking a powerhouse of vitamins and nutrients. And while the intention is good, the reality for an aging body can be quite different. A large, fruit-heavy smoothie can be another hidden sugar bomb that contributes to the same problems we just discussed, but in a slightly different, sneakier way. The primary issue here is the sheer concentration and form of the sugar. Let's take a typical smoothie. You might throw in a whole banana, a cup of mango chunks, and maybe some pineapple for flavor. On their own, eaten as whole fruits throughout the day, these are perfectly healthy. But when you blend them all together into one 16 or 20-ounce glass, you are consuming a massive amount of fruit, sugar, primarily fructose, in a matter of minutes. For perspective, that smoothie could easily contain 40 to 60 grams of sugar, which is more than you'd find in a can of Coke. Your liver is the primary organ responsible for processing fructose. When it gets hit with such a large amount all at once, it becomes overwhelmed. It can't use it all for energy. So it does the only thing it can, it converts the excess fructose into fat. This can lead to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, a condition that is tightly linked with, you guessed it, insulin resistance and systemic inflammation. But the problem isn't just the quantity of sugar, it's the blending process itself. When you blend fruit, the high-speed blades pulverize the cellular structure and break down the fiber. While the fiber is still technically there, it's been mechanically shattered. It's no longer in the matrix form that effectively slows down sugar absorption in your gut. So that massive fructose load enters your system much more rapidly than if you ate those fruits whole. This contributes yet again to that vicious cycle of blood sugar spikes and insulin surges that we know is so damaging to our muscles. It's a different pathway through the liver and fructose metabolism, but it ends in the same place. Increased inflammation and a hormonal state that favors muscle breakdown. Now let's look at the other component in this combination, the low-fat yogurt. Just like with skim milk, we've been conditioned to think low-fat is best. But when manufacturers remove the fat from yogurt, they remove the flavor and the creamy texture. To compensate, what do they almost always add? Sugar, high fructose, corn syrup, or other sweeteners. So you're often just trading healthy dairy fat for inflammatory sugar. Furthermore, the fat in dairy is what helps you feel full and satisfied. Without it, your smoothie is less satiating, and you might find yourself feeling hungry again much sooner. This can lead to snacking on other high-carb foods later, continuing the blood sugar roller coaster. Imagine this scenario. You have your big sweet fruit smoothie for lunch, thinking you've made a great choice. But by 3 in the afternoon, you're feeling that familiar slump. You're tired, your focus is gone, and you're craving something sweet or starchy, maybe some crackers or a cookie. That's your body reacting to the crash after the sugar high from the smoothie. This isn't a sign of poor willpower, it's a physiological response. This daily cycle of high sugar intake, even from natural sources, contributes to a state where your body is constantly in storage mode rather than repair mode. It's storing fat and fighting inflammation, leaving very little energy or resources available for the crucial job of maintaining your muscle mass. I hope you're finding this information valuable and perhaps a little eye-opening. If you are, please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up. It's a small thing for you, but it really helps the video reach more seniors who could benefit from this knowledge, and it lets me know that we're on the right track with our content. Your support truly means the world. So, how do we build a better smoothie? One that actually supports our muscles instead of undermining them. The key is to change the formula. Instead of making fruit the star of the show, make protein, fat, and fiber the main characters. Start with a much smaller amount of low sugar fruit. Berries like blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries are fantastic choices because they are high in fiber and antioxidants and relatively low in sugar. Next, you need a solid protein source. Instead of low-fat sweetened yogurt, use plain, full-fat Greek yogurt or a high-quality protein powder, like a whey or collagen peptide powder. This is non-negotiable. Protein is the foundation. Then add a source of healthy fat. This is crucial for slowing digestion and keeping you full. A spoonful of almond butter, a quarter of an avocado, or some chia seeds or flax seeds are all excellent options. Finally, boost the fiber content even more with a big handful of leafy greens like spinach or kale. You won't even taste them, I promise, but they will add so many valuable nutrients and extra fiber to ensure a slow, steady release of energy. This redesigned smoothie transforms a sugar bomb into a muscle-building, energy-sustaining meal that will keep you strong and steady all day long. Now for our third and final combination, and this one might be the most surprising of all because it looks like the epitome of a sensible, responsible lunch. I'm talking about a turkey sandwich on whole wheat bread served with a diet soda. It seems so innocent. Lean protein, whole grains, and a 0-calorie drink. What could possibly be wrong with that? Well, as we've seen, the devil is in the details. And this combination hides a trio of muscle-wasting culprits behind its healthy-looking facade. First, let's talk about the turkey. We're not talking about the fresh roasted turkey you make for Thanksgiving. We're talking about the sliced deli meat that comes in a plastic package. While it is a source of protein, processed deli meats, even the lean or low sodium versions, come with baggage. They are often injected with solutions containing sodium, phosphates, and nitrates or nitrites as preservatives. High sodium intake can contribute to high blood pressure and fluid retention, putting stress on your entire cardiovascular system, which needs to be in top shape to deliver oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. But the bigger concern for muscle health are the nitrates and phosphates. When consumed regularly, these additives can increase oxidative stress and inflammation in the body. Oxidative stress is like a form of internal rusting. It damages your cells, including your muscle cells, making it harder for them to function and repair themselves. So while you're getting some protein, you're also getting a dose of pro-inflammatory compounds that work against your muscle building goals. Next, let's examine that whole wheat bread. This might be the biggest health food deception of the last 50 years. When we hear whole wheat, we picture wholesome, hearty, grainy bread. The reality is that most commercial whole wheat bread found on grocery store shelves is made from wheat that has been pulverized into an ultra-fine flour. This process gives the bread a soft, fluffy texture that consumers love, but it also gives it a very high glycemic index, often just as high as plain white bread. This means it breaks down into sugar in your body just as quickly, leading to that same old story, a rapid blood sugar spike, an insulin surge, and the promotion of inflammation and fat storage. You think you're choosing the high fiber, slow digesting option, but in most cases, you're not. It's a processed carbohydrate in disguise. Combining this fast-acting carb with the inflammatory compounds in the deli meat creates a 1-2 punch that puts your body in a stressed, pro-inflammatory state, which is the exact opposite of the environment your muscles need to thrive. And now for the final piece of this puzzle, the diet soda. You're saving calories, so it must be a good choice, right? Unfortunately, the science is becoming increasingly clear that artificial sweeteners may have a dark side, particularly when it comes to our gut health. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria known as your microbiome. This ecosystem plays a vital role in everything from your immune system to your mood, and critically, your ability to absorb nutrients and regulate inflammation. A healthy, diverse microbiome is essential for good health. However, studies are showing that non-caloric artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin can alter the composition of your gut bacteria. They can decrease the beneficial bacteria and allow more harmful bacteria to flourish. This disruption, called dysbiosis, can lead to a leaky gut where the lining of your intestines becomes more permeable, allowing toxins and undigested food particles to enter your bloodstream. Your immune system sees these as foreign invaders and mounts an inflammatory attack. This creates a state of chronic body-wide inflammation, which, as we now know, is a major driver of muscle wasting or sarcopenia. So that harmless diet soda is potentially fueling a fire in your gut that has consequences for every part of your body, including your muscles. So this seemingly sensible lunch of a turkey sandwich and a diet soda is actually a combination of inflammatory preservatives, fast-acting carbohydrates masquerading as health food, and gut-disrupting chemicals. It provides some protein, yes, but it's packaged with components that actively work against your body's ability to use that protein effectively. It's like taking one step forward and two steps back. So what does a truly muscle-friendly lunch look like? Let's build a better plate. Instead of processed deli meat, use leftover roasted chicken or turkey from dinner. Or make a simple tuna or salmon salad using a mayonnaise made with avocado oil and mixed with celery and herbs. You get high quality protein and healthy omega-3 fats, which are powerfully anti-inflammatory. Instead of the processed whole wheat bread, try true sourdough bread, which is fermented and easier on your digestion and blood sugar. Or simply put your chicken or salmon salad on a bed of dark leafy greens. And instead of the diet soda, please just drink water. Or try sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon or lime, or a refreshing iced herbal tea. This meal provides clean protein, healthy fats, tons of nutrients and fiber from the greens, and proper hydration, all without the inflammatory baggage. It's a meal that truly fuels and protects your muscles. So, to quickly recap what we've learned today, we've uncovered 3 common food combinations that, despite seeming healthy, can secretly accelerate muscle wasting. First, the classic breakfast of cereal, skim milk, and orange juice, which is a triple threat of sugar that spikes insulin and promotes inflammation. Second, the large fruit-heavy smoothie with low-fat yogurt, another sugar bomb that overwhelms your system and lacks the necessary fat and fiber to be a truly healthy meal. And third, the deli meat sandwich on processed whole wheat bread with a diet soda, a combination of inflammatory additives, fast-digesting carbs, and gut-disrupting sweeteners. The common thread through all of these is their ability to disrupt your blood sugar, promote inflammation, and create a hormonal environment that favors muscle breakdown over muscle repair. It might feel a bit unsettling to learn that foods you've trusted for years might not be serving you well, but please don't feel discouraged. Don't feel guilty. This is not about blame. It's about empowerment. Now that you know you can make different choices, you don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Remember, growing older doesn't mean giving up. It means using smarter strategies. Even making one small change, like swapping your morning cereal for eggs, can have a profound impact on your strength and energy levels. Imagine walking up a flight of stairs without feeling winded, or playing with your grandchildren with ease and joy. Imagine feeling confident and steady on your feet. That is the freedom and independence that protecting your muscle mass gives you, and it all starts with the choices you make at your kitchen table. I know that navigating the journey of aging can sometimes feel lonely or overwhelming. The aches and pains, the fear of losing your mobility, it's a real and valid concern. But you are not alone in this. We are a community here, learning and growing together. Every small step you take, every better food you choose, is a powerful act of self-care. It's a declaration that you value your health, your strength, and your future. One meal at a time, one smart choice at a time, you are taking back control. Now, I would genuinely love to hear from you. Which of these 3 food combinations surprised you the most? Was there one that you eat regularly? Please share your thoughts and any questions you might have in the comments section below. I do my best to read through them because we all learn so much from each other's experiences and wisdom. Your story might be the very thing that inspires someone else to make a positive change. If this video has helped you today, if it has opened your eyes to something new, please show your support by hitting that like button. It truly means so much, and it helps this important information reach other seniors who need to hear it. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications. We have so many more science-backed tips and strategies coming your way to help you thrive in your golden years, and I wouldn't want you to miss a thing. Before we go, let's make a little commitment to ourselves. If you are still watching and you are determined to protect your strength and stay active, just type the number 1 inch, the comments. It's a simple way to affirm your intention and to let yourself and our community know that you are on this path. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Stay strong, stay healthy, and never forget that every single day is a new opportunity to build a stronger you.